A deadly love triangle stuns the NYPD, who's now taking over the investigation after an off-duty officer shoots her ex-girlfriend and her partner.
Still feeling summery this evening, but the big changes already by tomorrow morning.
The City of Light comes to the heart of Midtown. New York Live is with the Parisian restaurants popping up at Bryant Park. This is News 4 Now for October 15th. I'm Adam Cooperstein. The New York Attorney General's office is now taking over the investigation into an apparent deadly love triangle involving an off-duty NYPD officer. That officer has been arrested and charged. Her name, Yvonne Wu. She's 31, and she's now facing murder and attempted murder charges. Police say Wu, who was a model cop and a 5-year vet, shot and killed 24-year-old Jamie Liang inside a home in Bensonhurst Wednesday. Liang was dating Wu's ex-girlfriend, who Wu also shot, according to police. The 23-year-old ex-girlfriend is expected to survive. Police believe that Wu was waiting inside her ex-girlfriend's home when the two victims walked in. Neighbors we talked to are understandably shocked.
She was like deadpan, like no expression, no anxiety, no nothing. I know if I would have just shot somebody, I would have been shaking and like maybe crying. I got up this morning going, I cannot believe that this even happened.
Still no word on when Wu could face a judge. A GoFundMe page has been set up for the Liang family. Police are hoping this surveillance video will help them find the woman who started a fire outside a yeshiva in Brooklyn. Police say the woman poured gasoline in front of the yeshiva of Flatbush on Avenue J at around 7:30 on Thursday night. They say the woman lit the gasoline on fire and just took off. A security guard at the building quickly doused the flames with water, and no one was injured. The NYPD's Hate Crimes Task Force is now investigating. Investigators searching for Gabby Petito's fiancé, Brian Laundrie, now want to use a cadaver dog. The intensity of this search has ramped up at the Carlton Reserve in Florida, where Laundrie told his family he was going for a hike when he vanished. He's the only person of interest in Gabby's disappearance, and it's been 1 month since Laundrie's parents say they last saw him. In the meantime, Petito's parents are in Wyoming to claim her remains and to bring them back to New York. 2 days ago, the coroner announced the end of his investigation, concluding the 22-year-old died by strangulation. Petito was reported missing on September 11th. Her body was found 8 days later in the Bridger-Teton National Forest. A dramatic scene unfolded in Trenton, New Jersey. A retail building caught fire, then suddenly collapsed. Firefighters got the call at around 2 o'clock Thursday morning and arrived to flames coming from the top floor of that 3-story building. That floor and the second floor were empty, but there were retail stores on the ground floor. Fortunately, there are no reports of any injuries.
Hi there, I'm Storm Team 4 meteorologist Maria LaRosa. Hope you enjoyed this summer afternoon in October. We're going to end up with a very comfortable evening, as long as you don't mind it still being mild. We're talking low 70s through the dinner hour, light winds for now, and some sun, of course, before we see that early sunset this evening. By later on tonight, we see some clouds on the move. By tomorrow morning, mostly cloudy, but we do stay dry. Those winds, though, they take a shift to the south by this evening, and then by tomorrow morning, really picking up ahead of that cold front. So even by tomorrow morning, those wind gusts will be 10, 20 plus miles per hour and increasing through the day. Otherwise, temperature-wise, it is another mild one. 68 degrees for the low in the city tomorrow morning, 65 in Newark, 62 in White Plains, well above average. We'll still be in the 70s before that front comes through later today.
Want to travel to Paris without leaving Midtown? New York Live takes us to 2 famous French restaurants with new locations in Bryant Park.
If you can't hop on the next flight to Paris, you can just come to Bryant Park instead. 2 very famous Parisian eateries have recently opened nearby. Our first stop, Angelina Paris. Anthony, we're so excited that Angelina Paris opened in New York City. So you're known as a French Parisian tea room, but you offer a lot more.
Yes, exactly. We open at 8 in the morning, so we have this selection of French viennoiserie, of course. You have the croissant, the pain au chocolat, the almond croissant, and of course our signature hot chocolate.
What do we have here?
We have the French classics, such as the millefeuille, of course. We have the chocolate éclair, the pavlova. We also have a mix of different gluten-free pastries as well, such as the Mont Blanc, the signature one.
That is creamy, but really light and delicious.
And we can't forget about this beauty.
Here you have it. You have the Mont Blanc iced hot chocolate.
Oh my goodness, that is chocolatey. Antoine, congratulations on the opening of the flagship.
Thank you, Lorraine.
Tell me about Marvelous by Fred. It's almost 40 years old.
A 200 years old merveilleux recipe that he found was not perfect. He perfected it, started a local success, which became a global success.
What is a merveilleux?
So a merveilleux, the original recipe, is a base of meringue mounted with whipped cream and coated with chocolate flakes, crystallized meringue, or caramelized hazelnuts.
Let's talk about how much you're baking per day. Is it true that none of the pastries are older than 2 hours?
Because we do so few products, we do only 4, we really want people to have the perfect experience with them. So we bake every 30 minutes to make sure that when people buy something, they buy something that's less than usually 2 hours old.
You can eat more of this than you think you can. Like, I thought it was going to be really sweet maybe, but no, it's perfect. Thank you so much. This was marvelous.
Hey, what's up, choir kids? If you love to sing like me, then NBC4 wants to hear your best song.
Now's your chance to enter the NBC4 Star Choir, the holiday singing competition. Winners will perform on Christmas in Rockefeller Center. Go to NBCNewYork.com/choir and upload a video of your choir performing.
You could be a part of New York's biggest holiday show.
Star Choir, the holiday singing competition on NBC4 New York. Enter now.
And watch The Kelly Clarkson Show weekdays at 2.
A dog in Ulster County is likely getting more cuddles and treats after a miraculous survival story. She was stuck in a tight spot for almost a week. This is Liza. She was trapped in a crevice for 5 days with no food. And now we're hearing from rescuers about the unconventional way they got her out. Here's News 4's Gilma Avalos.
Liza the cockapoo is more of a walker than a caver, but last week on a stroll with her owner's neighbor at Minnewaska State Park Preserve, the pup, who was off-leash, fell into a tight crevice several dozen feet deep.
She was whimpering and scratching, and everybody was losing sleep over it, every other night that she stayed in there.
Her owner, Vivi Lavsa, had started to mourn her longtime companion.
She would be there by herself, wedged in that rock, dying slowly. And that was a horror.
But a team made up of the Ulster County SPCA, the State Park Preserve, and the New Jersey Initial Response Team did not give up hope. On Tuesday, with a specialized camera, the group finally got a good eye on Liza, alive and staying partially hydrated.
We could see every once in a while she would go over to the walls and she would lick the walls.
Now to get her out. Jessica Van Ord was the right person for the job because of her size. It was a very tight fit. Body-size passages.
We went down 20 feet, and then I had to go another, I would say, 20 to 30 feet horizontally as well.
That spot of light way down there is Jessica's headlamp. They also MacGyvered a makeshift catch pole to lasso the pup. The lure? A hot dog. After hours of work, this glorious moment.
Oh my goodness.
At 12 years old, Liza has now had 3 lives, escaping a close call with a coyote.
Oh, right in her jaw like this, and we didn't know that she was going to survive that, and she did.
Now surviving 5 days without food in a very narrow cave, thanks to the team that saved her life.
Everyone on our team does this out of passion. We train to rescue people, but off occasion there could be a family member that's not really human, could be a dog, and they're important too.
Gilma Avalos, News 4 New York.
Thank you so much for joining us on News 4 Now. We'll see you right back here next time.